Well, hey everybody! It's been a while since I made a video. I've got a new piece of equipment here that I'm going to make a video on, and it has to do with the Workmaster, but it's not about the Workmaster. I know a lot of you follow the channel because of the tractor, but some of you may find this interesting. But this is a Rhino TW120 10-foot brush hog, and it's a pretty heavy-duty unit I picked up. I bought it used, obviously, but this gearbox is 120 horse and these are rated at 190 horse. I mean 100 horse. So it's a pretty heavy duty unit, and the Workmaster actually pulls it pretty good. This shredder runs great, operates great. I've already gone through the gearboxes and changed the gear oil, but there's been some patch welding done on the deck, and just recently today, after shredding, this crack has popped up and it's carried over all the way over here. So instead of welding it up, I'm going to pull this gearbox off and put a whole plate and just replate the whole unit, kind of like what they did here. So I'm going to make a square, then I'm going to make a template and cut out and drill all these holes. So it's been a while since I made a video, and I thought this would be interesting for some of you that have this tractor and maybe are in the market for a brush hog or a shredder of some kind. I will say that the Workmaster pulls this thing great. The specs on the shredder requires a minimum of 60 PTO horsepower, which is what the Workmaster makes. And I'm shredding some pretty thick stuff. Somebody asked if this would pull a bat wing, a 15-foot bat wing, and yes, it will if it's a light duty 15-footer. If it's a heavy duty with big gearboxes, it probably won't pull it too great. I can pull this thing, I can pull this in probably 3-foot high grass that's pretty thick at about 5 miles an hour before it starts bogging down. A couple of times I did have to drop down a gear to keep the PTO at 450. I keep it between 450 and 540 RPM, but it's a good. This is a great shredder. It's very well built. It just needs a little bit of TLC. So let me get it in the shop here and start pulling that gearbox off. Okay, this is the Carter key's gone. Y'all see that? I don't know if it's coming through, but this takes a 1 7/8 socket. There's the bottom. I think I need to put a seal in it while I got it out. All right, so here's where I'm at. I think I'm just gonna cut this section out completely with the cutoff wheel, because I mean this thing's just a big mess, and this area all right here is actually sunken down a little bit and it's not flush. So I'm just gonna cut all the, I mean this is all cracked, it's all cracked right here. I think it's best if I just take this plate, this section out, and then address the situation from there. So let me get the cutoff wheel and start cutting that out. What a freaking mess. Well, here's the problem. This plate is welded in. All right here. Finally got it separated. So here's what's going on. This thing, it sits in this pocket, but you can see it's cracked right here, and down here it's dented down or pushed down. Same thing on this side. So when that thing's sitting in there, it's not level, it's sitting down like that, and it's putting a whole bunch of stress right here, and that's what caused all these cracks, because it fell down on this side. So what I'm gonna have to do is get under there and hit all this up and straighten it nice and flat, and then I'm gonna put straps on the bottom side. I got 3/8 inch straps I'll put in there to help give it support when this thing is sitting on there and carrying the weight. And then once I get all that settled in, then I'll use this as a template to make a new piece, and then I'll fill all this in. So I think by supporting this underside where this gearbox sits on and carries the weight, I think that'll fix it. Okay, I think I got it pretty straight and flat. Good enough to put some straps on there underneath. So, I've got this 3/8 flat stock that I'm gonna cut up and put under there. Looking good, looking good. All right, so I'm gonna finish stitch welding this up and then get this other side on, and then continue on. Well, here's where I'm at. I got the support straps welded on, some big nasty welds on there, and I got this plate set back in here. And I just gotta get a new plate and cut these holes out and weld it in place. This is 1/4 inch, so if I go back with 1/4, you know, I'll have to bevel these edges to get the weld down in there to penetrate. But I think what I'm gonna do is go with 3/8, so that 3/8 sticks up just a hair, and then I can weld onto the plate on the side. So, but I gotta go into Austin to pick up some 3/8 plate because I don't have any. So let me get the cardboard template cut out, and then go get the plate, and then I'll be back. Well, here it is a couple of days later, and I picked up some 3/8 inch plate, and I went ahead and got it all trimmed out, and I got the center cut. So now I just need to start drilling the holes and clean up these edges. So I'm going to start with this one and this one. All right, I got it all finished, and I got the blades on, and I got them timed to where they won't hit. So now I'm just topping off the gear oil, and then I'm gonna test it, but I got it painted. I added a couple of extra passes on these edges, on the corners here, and all right in here. Same thing here, kind of doubled up because that's where all the cracking was on those corners. I think it's because of the direction the gearbox turns when you start it up and when you hit stumps, but puts a lot of stress on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this topped off. And I know I said in the beginning of the video I was gonna maybe get some footage of me shredding, but I think I'm gonna end the video here because it's turning out to be so long. And then I'll make a second video showing that field I'm rehabbing and all the stuff I'm shredding with the thing. So that's the most major thing besides rebuilding those gearboxes on these shredders. Any used shredder you buy, you got to be prepared to do some welding on it. Or 90% of the time they're stored outside out of the weather and they rust. So anyways, thanks for watching. And as always, I can't thank y'all enough that are following the channel and leave comments, and I'll see you on the next one.